What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of my DFS show. I'm going to keep trying to bring these to you guys daily around 5 o'clock. Gives me time to. Hold on a sec. I just screwed up on my. It gives me time to look at lineups afterwards and deal with everything on my site because I normally finish at 5:30 at the latest. So, it's just a really good time for me. It gives you guys time to, do whatever you need to do and have plenty of time before lock to adjust lineups and get lineups in. So for now, 5 o'clock is going to be the main time for me here. We got a lot of stud pitchers tonight. I'm also trying out that new format that FanDuel has now called Quick Pick. Looks really cool. You pick pitchers from 4 different tiers and you pick hitters from 4 different tiers. There's no salary, so whichever value you think is the best play at each tier is obviously where you want to go with it. I certainly think I'm going to get a good grasp of things, and if you want to join my Season Pass DM group, just message me on Twitter and we'll go with that. I'll be posting a lineup in that every night. As far as tonight goes, for the normal slate, there's some decent value out there. As I put in the chat, the Cardinals are the best value in my opinion, just because they're projected to score a ton of runs. They're coming off of a game that they just scored 14 runs, and they're facing arguably just as bad of a pitcher for the White Sox. And they're all very low priced. I'm surprised FanDuel hasn't adjusted their prices yet. You could easily do a stack of the Cardinals. My stack of the Pirates did not do well last night, so maybe I'll shy off of them a little bit. Hold on. Okay, we're good now. So, for pitching tonight, we have Chris Sale as the best favorite of the year. Bovada is just one of the Vegas sites. Let me just get to the MLB. I've already looked at it, though. Chris Sale's a minus 400 favorite tonight. So he's obviously expected to get the win here. Obviously, the quality start. He's definitely a guy that we want to... come on, man. He's definitely a guy that we want to pick in cash games. Certainly makes for a good play. He is really expensive. DeGrom is arguably in just as good of a spot, but I'd rather pay $500 more for Chris Sale. The Rangers are going to have a really tough time hitting him tonight, and the Red Sox on offense also make for a great stack, but we'll get into that as we go through the games. We have 11 games tonight, so not as many as last night, but still a fair share amount of teams to pick from. New York, Baltimore. I do like the Yankees a little bit. They're expected to tag Dylan Bundy. Vegas has them as a, minus 170, and they have a 9 total, so they are expected to score a good amount of runs. But like I said yesterday, guys, there's just not enough value for the Yankees here. They're all really high price, and there's just better ways to go. All those Yankees guys, I even think Gardner's price has jumped up. Gardner's actually dropped down. 3,200, not a bad play there for Gardner leading things off. But everyone else is really high priced. Aaron Judge, 4,900. Stanton, 4,800. I'd rather be picking Red Sox against Bartolo Colon tonight if you're going to stack and spend up on a bunch of spend up on a bunch of high-priced guys. So that this game isn't really grabbing my attention too much. Sonny Gray's been bad, not worth really picking. You could look towards Manny Machado because he's been on an absolute tear recently, really trying to impress those trade deadline suitors that are looking into him. So he's not a bad GPP play. He could easily go yard tonight. He had 2 yesterday, 4,300. About the right price for Manny Machado tonight. Philadelphia at the Mets. DeGrom is obviously an awesome play tonight at 12K. You don't want to be looking at any Phillies bats. And Vince Velasquez, I don't know why I said his name like that. He's a pretty good GPP play here. 8,200. The Mets aren't that great of a team. If I'm going to have any exposure to this game, it's going to be through the pitching. I know Vince Velasquez makes for an awesome tier. I think he's a tier 3 on the quick pick format. I'm looking to pick him tonight. Where he is at, it's a pretty good play. He's been pretty good as of late. I'm not looking at any bats in this game just because both pitchers, obviously DeGrom is going to be awesome, but even Velasquez can be a great play and can really turn it on. Not really worth picking any bats in this game. Texas at Boston, like I said, Chris Sale is probably my candidate for my cash pitcher tonight due to his just absolute studly play this year against the Rangers. An awesome play for him. Also love the Red Sox. Bartolo Colon is going to get lit up tonight at Fenway. He's just, I can't believe he's still in the league, honestly. Red Sox might make him retire after tonight, honestly. He's going to get absolutely obliterated. Mitch Moreland, 3,100, probably the best value play in this game. He's going to be really highly owned. You got to have him in your cash lineups. Batting cleanup in a game where the Red Sox are going to score a bunch of runs. 3,100 is just way too cheap for him. Could also look at Brock Holt, 2,900. Even Nunez, 3,000. He hasn't been great as of late. I don't like that play as much, but Holt's been getting on base a lot. And if you're going to spend up on any guys, like I've said before, it's really just a toss-up here. I'd say Andrew Benintendi out of the three just because he's $500 cheaper. He's got the lefty-righty matchup, and it's just really just a pick-em here between Betts, Martinez, and Benintendi. I'd say Benintendi just because he's a little more affordable. For Cincinnati at Cleveland, you got Carlos Carrasco against Tyler Mayo. I'm not looking at any Reds hitters because Carrasco can be great. And Tyler Mayo, I don't even know. He's expected to get lit up tonight. The Indians are a big favorite, and the total is 9. They're a minus 200 favorite, so if you want to spend up on Indians here, I don't hate it. The first three batters, they're all really expensive, but if you pick a cheap pitcher, this is a good team to spend up on. Lindor led off the game yet last night with a homer. 4,900 is still expensive. Ramirez hit a homer as well. You know what you're getting with these players. They're not great value because of their prices. Even Brantley's 4,100. And they even bumped up Yonder Alonso's price to 3,100. So Alonso's at the same price as Mitch Moreland tonight. And I would 100% recommend picking Mitch Moreland over Yonder Alonso. He's just been a better hitter, he's a better player, and he's in a better spot than Alonso is, and he's batting cleanup as opposed to Alonso batting fifth. For Milwaukee at Miami, you have Freddie Peralta against Dan Straley, and Freddie Peralta's been an absolute beast this year. He could be an awesome GPP pitcher tonight at 8,700 at Miami. Miami doesn't always hit the ball well. Miami's an awesome park to pitch in. And Freddie Peralta's really shown his upside so far this year. He has 62, 49, 61, and 43 fantasy points. Those are 4 really high amount of points through 6 starts. So he's an awesome GPP play tonight. Definitely look towards Freddie Peralta. I won't be looking at any Marlins bats. As far as the Brewers bats go, I don't love him, really. Aguilar is 4,500, and greatly so, because he's been an absolute beast this year. I cannot believe he is not going to make the All-Star team. Probably the biggest shock of the whole thing, in my opinion. 302, 23. I mean, these are MVP numbers, guys, if you really look at this. He's been an absolute beast. 4,500. I just want to talk about him a little bit because he's not really talked about a lot. He's a little bit underrated. As far as DFS goes, I'm not looking to pick him tonight. He's too expensive. But Jesus Aguilar has just been an absolute stud all year. He's a great story. Not really expected to play as well as he has. Really, really ashamed that he didn't make the All-Star team. It's kind of, as coming from a baseball fan, it's a tough thing to see. For Brewers, though, I don't like anyone, really. Shaw's 3,600. He's got that lefty-righty matchup. I guess you could maybe spend up for him. As far as everyone else goes, they're all overpriced. I don't like anyone, really, in this game. Toronto at Atlanta. You have Fulty Navich. I think that's how guys say it. Against... I'm not even going to pronounce that. Gaviglio. I don't even know. Gaviglio. I hate... Some of these names are just really tough. This game is at a... Let's see... 8.5 total. You got the Braves as the favorite at 185. Nothing really jumping off paper here. As far as the lineups go, I think they're pretty normal. You got Granderson leading off, Solarte, Smoke. Foltynewicz can be pretty good at times, so I'm not really looking at any Blue Jays. As far as Braves bats go, I don't think there's really good value here either. Inciarte 3,100, probably the best value on the slate here, in this game here at 3,100. Not bad. He's a good base stealer. He can hit for power. As far as any other Braves go, though, there's no one really jumping off the page at me. Ozzy is 4,400. That's a lot. Freeman's a lot. So I'd say to take away from this game, you want to look at Inciarte, and that's about it. Cardinals at White Sox. You have Carlos Rodon against Luke Weaver, and the Cardinals are the best team to stack tonight. I put that at the head of the chat before this show started. For great reasons. You got a lefty in Rodon, so all the righties Cardinals bats make for awesome plays. Jose Martinez, 2,600, the best play of the slate tonight. You need to have him in all your lineups. Just in way too good of a spot tonight, batting third. You can even look at Yadi Molina. He's in a good spot. Jed Jericho has good upside for his power, so he's a good GPP play with the lefty-righty matchup. Matt Carpenter's pretty cheap, 3,200. The only thing is that it's a lefty-lefty matchup there. And then you got Ozuna batting cleanup, Tommy Pham batting second. These guys are under 3K. We had Pham as a late scratch last night. Hopefully that doesn't happen again tonight. So I like all these guys, Jose Martinez, Yadier Molina, Tommy Pham, Marcell Ozuna, all those right-handed bats make for great plays tonight. So definitely stack the Cardinals. As far as the White Sox go, you can maybe look at a couple of them. Luke Weaver has been known to unravel in some games that he shouldn't unravel in. Jose Abreu, he's only 2,800. This game just has value all over the place. Moncada's only 3,300. Sanchez 3,100. All these plays are pretty good. Cardinals have better value in this game, but if you want to look towards Jose Abreu, he's a good play as well. I'd rather pick Jose Martinez, though, at $200 cheaper. Oakland at Houston. McCullers in an awesome spot tonight. Could easily pick him as your cash game pitcher. He is a lot cheaper than Chris Sale is, and he's arguably just as hot as Chris Sale is. He had 12 Ks in his last game, and if you look at his game log, he's just been an absolute stud over the past couple of weeks. So he's definitely an argument here when it comes to picking pitchers. I might go to him. Probably locked in at Chris Sale, though, at this moment. Just because McCullers is a great favorite again tonight against Chris Bassett. Expected to get knocked around a little bit here by the Astros. There's not great value here. Gaddis is 3,100. Gurriel 34. Not bad as far as pricing goes. Altuve's a ton. Bregman's a ton. He just homered twice last night. Reddick's 3,100 batting fifth. Not a bad value play there, but nothing really jumps off the page here as far as value goes. I wouldn't really pick any bats in this game. Then we got the Coors game here. It's tough here. You need to have a couple guys, but it's tough if you're picking a stud pitcher because all these guys are so elevated in prices. Let's look at the lineup. We got, for the Diamondbacks, we got John Jay leading off, lefty-righty matchup, Goldschmidt, Jake Lamb, Pollock. All right, so it looks pretty normal along with the Rockies lineup. So you heard it here first, guys. I have a buddy who his brother plays golf with Arenado's uncle, and there's talks about Arenado either getting traded to the Yankees or the Red Sox here. Nothing's been announced yet over social media, but it is definitely a thing. The uncle said that it's a huge possibility. Obviously, it's just a rumor, but it's kind of an inside source I have. So that sounds pretty interesting. If Arenado makes his way to the AL East, I heard that if Machado does end up going to the Yankees, the Red Sox are going to make a huge push for Arenado. Doesn't really make a ton of sense, though, because Arenado's contract comes up in, I think, 2020. So the Red Sox would probably have to trade away Devers and some prospects. if they wanted to get him. But just a little side note there to tease you guys a little bit. It is like an actual word that I've heard around today. As far as DFS goes here, we got John Jay leading off. He's only 3,300. He should be a pretty good value play here in cash games. Carlos Gonzalez, Gerardo Parra, they're all pretty fairly priced here in the mid 3,000s for a Coors game. Definitely not bad plays in cash games. All the other guys are pretty highly priced. Let's see, Story 45. Jake Lamb, not a bad play at 41, batting third, lefty-righty matchup. You want to target Rockies here because Shelby Miller is expected to get blown up here. I do like Gonzalez and I do like Parra there in the mid 3,000s. If not for cash, definitely for GPP. Now we got Seattle at Los Angeles Angels. Marco Gonzalez, he's been on and off great all year, so I'm not really looking to pick any Angels. And Barria, it has been not so great. Let's see what Vegas has on this game. You got a 9 total, and it's basically a pick'em, so you can really go either way with this game. We don't know the lineups yet, so I can't really mention anything. Let me look at the players here, if there's any good prices. Pujols just homered, 2,700. You got the lefty-righty matchup, not bad. Could look at Mike Trout as a GPP play because he could always have a great game. It's just tough to spend up 5,100 when there's better plays out there tonight. Cole Calhoun would be a good value play if there was a righty on the mound because he would probably get that leadoff spot again with the lefty-righty matchup. But with there a lefty being on the mound, Calhoun's either probably going to get the night off or bat like 7th or 8th. I'd be really surprised if he were to bat at the top of the lineup tonight against a lefty. Simmons, a pretty good spot tonight, 3,200. He's fighting for that all-star vote by the fans. We have Trout on Instagram trying to promote everyone to vote for Simmons, and he has a good argument. I don't think he's going to make it in over guys like Andrew Benintendi, though, but he is playing well, 312 average, 6 homers, 41 RBIs. He's got a pretty good matchup tonight against Gonzalez. But this game in general is not that great of a game to pick from. In our last game here, Los Angeles at Padres, Maeda makes for a pretty good play tonight for GPP. His price is pretty high, though. We haven't seen Maeda have a price at 9,500 yet, but he's in an awesome spot tonight at San Diego. He's expected to get the win tonight, and he's been great over his last 3 starts. So definitely you're getting him at the right time. Good GPP play. As far as Dodgers bats go, Chris Taylor is probably going to be leading off again against Joey Lucchesi because he's a lefty. But 3,200 is a little pricey because Taylor hasn't been that great all year. And everyone else has a pretty elevated price, so I'm not really looking at this game too much either. To sum things up, guys, you want to really stack the Cardinals a ton. Try to get a couple guys from the Coors game in. And try to spend up on some Red Sox as well. That's really the best tip I can give you tonight. There's not too many teams in great spots based on value on the offensive side of things. Let's see if any of you guys said anything. Let's see. Yeah, guys, if you want to join in on the quick pick group, just DM me on Twitter, and I'll let you know how to get into it. It's going to be really fun. They actually have that going on for golf and NASCAR too, so it looks like a format that's here to stay, unlike the starting 5 for the MLB to start the year off. Let's see. Yeah, Indians keep burning you, Driscoll. I can see that. But they're in a really good spot tonight against Tyler Mahle. You just got to really ball up and spend up if you really want to pick Indians, but I'm all set with them tonight, to be honest. Like I said, the Cardinals are where you want to focus all your attention tonight, guys. Drop a like here, subscribe if you haven't, and let people know. That's probably going to basically sum up this show here. There's not too much more to talk about. Like I said, the quick pick group, DM me and let's get in that, and let's get another streak going. GBP picks won last night. Our cash lost, ending a 10-game win streak, unfortunately. But we'll start another one up tonight. So, until next time, guys, I'm the FD Guru, and I'm signing off.